Hi, I'm Damari Gray. You're watching Reggae Boyz commentary.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beaten thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Call now and you won't be disappointed. If you think the juices were good, then try Starboys Jello, full of flavor and sumptuous. Again, call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sports City. Yes, Sports City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you are across the globe. How are you doing? Well, I hope you are doing well. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boyz Commentary. Yep, this is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. How are you guys doing? Everything okay? It's Friday, so you guys know what that means, right? The end of the week, making plans for the weekend, perhaps. But yeah, what I will say is that I do have some compelling videos I'd like to share with you guys. So that is what we're going to do. And we'll get straight into it. Some of you that are just tuning in, please hit the like button. And after doing so, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boyz commentary as well. So we can be able to go right into it. All right. So that is what we can be able to go into. But first, what I'm going to do is put something on the screen. I'm going to put something on the screen. And give me. Yep. So what I want to show you in particular is the CONCACAF Nations League. And I want you to put this in perspective just for a moment, right? In 2018, September 2018, we started off in our debut game in the CONCACAF Nations League against the Cayman Islands at the National Stadium. And now, 6 years later, well, almost 6 years later, we're taking on the United States in the semifinals of the competition. Quite a journey it has been, it must be said, from playing the Cayman Islands, Bonaire, Suriname, and El Salvador in the qualifiers to be playing in League B in the Nations League alongside Guyana, Antigua and Barbuda, Aruba, and then being promoted to League A to face Mexico and Suriname, and then another Nations League campaign in League A playing against Honduras, Haiti, Grenada, Canada, and now in the semifinals, 2 victories away from, that's right, the CONCACAF Nations League. You get it? All right. Yep. So what you see on your screen right now, folks, are Jamaica's goal scorers in the CONCACAF Nations League. All of them. All of them. All of Jamaica's goal scorers in CONCACAF Nations League history. All of them. Jamaica scored 54 goals in the history of the CONCACAF Nations League. 2 of them own goals, one against Mexico, as we know, in that 2-2 draw, and another one against Haiti, also in a 2-2 draw as well. So 52 goals coming from national team players, but in total, 54 goals. And Jamaica's history in the CONCACAF Nations League is one that you have to commend. It's one that you have to be able to commend. And let me stress about this in particular in relation to those numbers that we have been able to achieve as a nation, because this is not something that we can turn a blind eye to. No, not at all, because this is important, very much so important, based on what we have gone on to accomplish as a nation within the CONCACAF Nations League. And it's good. It's one that we should all embrace. We should all be appreciative of. 54 goals, guys. 54 goals. That's the number of goals that Jamaica scored in the history of the CONCACAF Nations League. 54 goals. Yeah. Who is leading the way? How are things working there? Well, let's go through who was the first goal scorer for Jamaica in the CONCACAF Nations League history. Well, it was this man right here, Darren Mattox. Darren Mattox scored Jamaica's first goal, and he scored a brace in that game. Corey Burke also scored a brace in that game as Jamaica defeated the Cayman Islands by 4-0. All right. David Palmer says, where's Peter Lee Vassell? Peter Lee Vassell is on this list. Peter Lee Vassell is right here. He scored 2 goals for Jamaica. He scored against Bonaire in the CONCACAF Nations League, as you all would know. That amazing free kick, I think one of Jamaica's best free kicks within the Nations League. Peter Lee Vassell scored a fantastic free kick against Bonaire. And he also scored as well against Antigua and Barbuda in Montego Bay, basically his backyard, as he's from St. James. So those are the goals that he has scored in the Nations League. So he has 2 goals in the Nations League itself. All right, good. So now that we have that all sorted, now we can go through the list. Let's start here, shall we? Jamal Lowe, 1, came against Suriname, 2022. Javanese, he scored against Guyana, 2019, Montego Bay Sports Complex. Lamar Walker, he scored in a 6-0 victory over Aruba away from home. Ravel Morrison scored against Suriname. Devin Speedy Williams scored against Aruba at the National Stadium itself. Dane Kelly scored against Bonaire. Brian Brown scored against Antigua and Barbuda. Owain Gordon has scored against Bonaire. Romario Williams scored against Grenada last year at the Kirani James Stadium. Peter Lee Vassell, we just discussed him. Shivani Willis has scored 2 goals. Many people say, was it 1? Was it 2? Yes, Shivani Willis has scored 2 goals. 1 against Aruba in that 6-0 victory, and 1 against Antigua and Barbuda in that 2-0 victory. All right, good. Deva Orgilly scored 2. It was a brace against Guyana. He scores goals in bunches, doesn't he? He scored 2 against Honduras, and he also scored 2 as well against Guyana as well. Alvis Powell, his only 2 goals for Jamaica have come against Guyana, and this was away, a 4-0 victory. Malik Foster, many people would be aware that Malik Foster is an individual that has scored as well. He scored a brace against Aruba in that 6-0 victory, so not many people know, but he even scored on his Reggae Boyz debut as well against South Korea in 2018. Yeah, he did just that. He did just that. You know who played in that game as well in 2018? A man by the name of Dane Kelly. Yep, that's right. Dane Kelly. Dane Kelly scored in that 2-2 draw against South Korea. That game took place in Turkey. Junior Flemings has scored against Suriname. Yeah. Junior Flemings, in terms of the goals that he scored within the CONCACAF Nations League itself. I mean, in total, you're looking at somebody that has scored 4 to 5 goals for Jamaica. Scored against Aruba in the Nations League in that 6-0 victory. Scored against Suriname in Suriname and Suriname in Jamaica as well. So that would be 3 goals. Of course, the Gold Cup goal as well. So that's 4 career goals for him. Ricardo Morris, 3 goals in the Nations League for Ricardo Morris. Ricardo Morris scored against Bonaire in that 6-0 victory, as you guys would be quite familiar with as well. And that was a brace in that game, and scored against Antigua and Barbuda in that 2-0 triumph as well. Darren Maddox, 3 goals Darren Mattock scored a brace against Cayman Islands and scored against Suriname as well. So 3 for him. Leon Bailey, 3 Nations League goal. He scored against Mexico at home in 2022. He has also scored against Antigua and Barbuda, which was his first goal back in 2019. And he scored against Haiti in a 3-2 victory quite recently. Demarai Gray scored against Honduras at the National Stadium. He also scored against Grenada and scored against Haiti in Trinidad and Tobago. So that's 3 Nations League goals for Demarai Gray. Scory Burke, has scored 4 Nations League goals for Jamaica, and Corey Burke is the 3rd highest goal scorer for Jamaica in CONCACAF Nations League history. Corey Burke scored in the Nations League against the Cayman Islands, 2 goals there, and then he scored against Bonaire, which would have been his 3rd, and he also scored against Suriname as well. So that's his 4 Nations League goals for Corey Burke. 9 international goals for Jamaica, so just 1 goal shy of double digits. And Corey Burke's goals have been pivotal for Jamaica, and I'm going to explain that quite briefly so that you all are aware. When Jamaica qualified for the Gold Cup for 2017, Corey Burke scored in that victory over Suriname in 2016. He scored in Jamaica's first ever Nations League game, right? He scored in Jamaica's biggest ever victory in the Nations League as well. Scored in the Gold Cup in 2021 and also 2023 as well against Guadeloupe and St. Kitts and Nevis, respectively. And now we can be able to progress to number 2 in this list, and that is none other than Dexter Daps himself. That's Bobby De Cordova-Reid. And Bobby Reid has 5 Nations League goals. Can you imagine that? 5. That's right, 5 Nations League goals. 5 Nations League goals. 5 Nations League goals. Impressive, eh? Very much so. Right, so there we have it there. Bobby De Cordova-Reid, 5 Nations League goals. He scored 6 goals in Nations League history. I mean, 6 goals for Jamaica in his career. 5 of them in the Nations League. Antigua and Barbuda on his debut. Mexico quite recently. Haiti the penalty. Grenada and Canada. Oof. So 2023 was Bobby Reid's best year in national colours. And last but certainly by no means least, Shamar Amaro Nicholson. Shamar Boza Nicholson. 9. Can you imagine? 9 of Shamar Nicholson's 16 career goals for Jamaica have come in the CONCACAF Nations League. Yes, that is right. 9 of Shamar Nicholson's 16 career goals have come in the CONCACAF Nations League. Antigua and Barbuda, a brace. Aruba, home and away. That's 4, right? Grenada, 5. Haiti, 6. Canada, 7. A brace in Toronto carries it to 9. So Shamar Boza Nicholson, Jamaica's highest goal scorer in the history of the CONCACAF Nations League. Yep, that is right. Shamar Boza Nicholson is Jamaica's highest goal scorer in the history of the CONCACAF Nations League with 9 goals. What are your thoughts, Reggae Boyz fans? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Can anyone break this? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary for more content. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboy's Juices, infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beet and thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboyz at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Call now and you won't be disappointed. If you think the juices were good, then try Starboy's Jello, full of flavor and sumptuous. Again, call Starboyz at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454.